Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely deconstruct the ultimate roadmap to relaxation. We're taking a truly fascinating look at the art of falling asleep.
And we're breaking it down into a highly structured sensory journey. If you've ever struggled to quiet your mind at the end of a long day, well, you're absolutely going to love how we've mapped this out.
Let's get right into it. So, we have to start with this absolutely vital question. What is the secret recipe for a perfect night's sleep? To find the answer, we've analyzed 4 wonderfully relaxing source stories, and we've distilled their absolute most calming elements into a clear, actionable framework. We'll be looking at the whole shebang, from setting up your physical environment to getting into the exact psychological mindset you need for deep rest. We are basically going to build your personalized sleep strategy, step by step.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, your cozy sleep environment.
Think for a moment about the story of Milo the mouse. So Milo thought he wanted to explore the big human house to find a new place to sleep. But what happened? He quickly hit pure sensory overload. We're talking flashing TVs in the living room, pots clanking around in the kitchen, a gushing shower. Just chaos. It literally wasn't until he retreated to his own cozy mouse hole, with its incredibly soft, silky wool bed and that familiar, comforting smell of home, that he could actually relax. The big takeaway here? Eliminating unpredictable environmental noise is your absolutely crucial, foundational first step to getting any real rest.
This idea builds beautifully when we look at Ava's bedtime comforts. Ava's environment is perfectly curated for physical comfort. She's got this soft dinosaur comforter wrapped around her, an open window, and just a gentle, cool night breeze coming in. Getting your physical baseline right is so important. And by that I mean having a smooth, cozy texture against your skin and a cool ambient temperature in the room. It's biologically essential. You literally have to signal to your body that it is safe, secure, and physically comfortable before your mind can even think about drifting off.
Moving right along, Section 2, visualizing calming nature scenes.
Let's see how visualization builds our relaxation through Ava's magical discovery of a vast moonlit field. I want you to intentionally picture this scene. The field was filled with moonlight almost as bright as day, waving softly as the night breeze blew gently across it. Picture that vast, soft, gentle space. You know, when we intentionally picture an open, serene environment bathed in soft moonlight, our heart rate naturally begins to lower. We are effectively shifting our focus completely away from the claustrophobic stress of our daily tasks, and we're stepping into an expansive, peaceful, mental open space. Next, we're going to deepen this relaxation by adding a new layer, olfactory imagination, or your sense of smell. This brilliantly illustrates how our minds can actually conjure up calming physical sensations. Here, we have the story of Clive the cat padding through an emerald green forest. Take a second to imagine the earthy ground beneath you and really take in that crisp, clean scent of pine wood mixed with fresh water. Engaging your imaginary sense of smell grounds you even further. It just pushes away any of those lingering, anxious thoughts left over from the daytime. And to completely round out our sensory visualization, we have to add the auditory layer. Imagine a tiny, glittering stream where the water gurgles and tinkles right over smooth rocks. Really imagine that gentle, repetitive, tingling stream sound. Auditory visualizations like a babbling brook act essentially like mental white noise. They effectively wash away all the sharp, stressful edges of whatever happened earlier in your day.
Okay, this brings us to Section 3, embracing your sleep talent.
So the absolutely crucial point we need to talk about here is sleep anxiety. And this is perfectly captured by Mimi the duckling. Mimi really loved to sleep, but she had a serious case of FOMO, fear of missing out. She constantly worried she was missing out on swimming, learning to fly, and finding delicious seeds with her friends. And honestly, how many of us do this exact same thing? We lie in bed, resisting sleep because we feel like we should be doing something more productive, or we just stress out about the fact that we aren't sleeping yet. Mimi viewed her sleepiness as a flaw, like it was a barrier keeping her from achieving other things.
But what if we tried a complete mental reframe? Actually, scratch that, let's definitely do it. We need to redefine sleep, not as some forced biological chore, but as a talent. The literal definition of a talent is a natural aptitude or skill. Mimi's friends actually pointed out to her that while they might do good at swimming or flying, Mimi was the absolute best at sleeping. She could just doze off effortlessly. I want you to adopt this exact mindset. Sleeping is a natural, beautiful talent that you already possess. Your body knows exactly how to do it. You don't have to force it. You just have to give yourself permission to let your natural aptitude take over. The best part is, once Mimi embraced her talent, the struggle completely vanished. By accepting that she was a naturally gifted sleeper, she could finally relax her little body. She noticed her feathers felt soft like a warm blanket. She took in the sweet smell of lily perfume drifting up from the pond, and she simply listened to the soft evening songs of the frogs. By dropping that sleep anxiety and just trusting her natural talent, she peacefully drifted right off into a cozy sleep. And finally, we arrive at Section 4, Reaching the Temple of Peace. We can actually visually map out Clive the cat's soothing journey to get his custom pajamas and use it as a direct metaphor for crossing the threshold from wakefulness right into your dreams. First, he meets the pale blue sleepiest silkworm high up in the pines. Then, he floats gracefully on a little leaf boat down that fresh tinkling stream we visualized a minute ago. And finally, he arrives at his ultimate destination, the Stone Temple of Peace on a quiet, gravelly beach. This sequential, easy journey gives your mind a very clear, safe path to follow, right down into slumber. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate destination for us too. Inside the Temple of Peace, surrounded by these smooth round stones, there are tiny, beautiful owls, using silver thread to craft Clive's blue silk pajamas. Putting on these pajamas is a powerful symbol. It symbolizes letting go of all your remaining physical and mental tension, and just welcoming a heavy, inexplicable sense of sleepiness washing right over your body. That is the exact feeling of fully surrendering to your sleep talent. You're warm, you're comfortable, there's a deep heaviness in your limbs, and you are ready to finally let go of the day's adventure.
As we wrap up our explainer today, I really want to leave you with this final provocative question to think about tonight. What does your personal temple of peace look like? Is it a vast moonlit field, an emerald pine forest, or maybe just a cozy room with the incredibly familiar smell of home? Wherever it is, remember that you already possess the natural talent to sleep. Build your cozy environment, visualize your calming scenes, trust your body's innate ability to rest, and step into your own temple. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and I hope you feel incredibly relaxed, totally empowered, and ready to close your eyes.